Good morning, dear people. Be ready, because today at SuperNatural's Journey Show, we are going to talk about unleashing your secret. Today, my guest will be Rymel Dmot. Yes, hello, Rymel. If it's possible to yeah, Rymel, can you make it? Rymel, can you send me the request, please? Because again, it's not possible for me to. Can you do that, brother? Just a few seconds, and we are going to have Rymel online. So yeah, episodes of today we are going to talk about unleashing your secret. Whatever is your secret, we are going to knock it down into pieces and find ways of how to um, open up your secret, your heart, your mind, your soul, whatever it needs to be unveiled. And therefore, a little bit of more patience. Yeah, Rymel, invite you in. You know that. Um, can you request to join the live yourself, please? Because I do not have an option. The same problem as the other day, honestly. Rymel, you must be having an option to um, to send a request to be asked on live. It is right on your. Is the red flag while you write? Why does Facebook don't have a? I don't get it. Yeah, I have to get an app or something to be more easier. For sorry, it is not coming up. Okay. Let's look for another way. But I'm for sure. This is no. This is not. This is not research. No, this. So Facebook has only. Rymel, try to get off the live and get back in. How to bring? Oh my. This is the third time that I have the same problem, so I will dig deep down to see what exactly is that I'm doing wrong, because obviously I'm doing something wrong. And oh, I know now what was the problem. Yeah, so we are ready. We are going to be online in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yes, welcome to the SuperNaturals Journey Show. Today, my guest is Rymel, which is the founder of Rymel Dmot Nation, and he's an investor, he's a speaker, and he is an entrepreneur. So, Rymel,
What's up?
hello.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. We're in something that wouldn't on my laptop, so I've had to do it on my phone, which is all good. Hashtag making it happen. That's what it's... Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Probably this the signal is not really awesome.
Let's have a look. Let's see what's happening. All right, let me know if the signal gets better. Yeah, I've just put my Wi-Fi on.
Is getting better.
Is it? Yeah? Can you see me clearly? Can you
Yes, I
hear
can
me?
see you. I can hear you now. Yes.
Are we winning, yeah? Are we
Yes, yes,
winning?
always.
Let's get
Okay,
it.
so
DMLT in the building.
thank you very much for accepting my invite, and it's an honor and a pleasure for me to have this conversation with you. And
You're
as
welcome.
the mission of DMOT Nation is to inspire people to do their own thing, my mission is to
Exactly.
inspire only one person. If I'm able to inspire one person
Right.
to become as I've been inspired by my mentor in the past. For
Right.
me, it's
Mm-hmm.
achievement. If I can do more, I will be doing more. But for now,
Right.
let's start with who is Rymel? What is your story?
Nice. Who's Ramel? I like this. Okay, cool. So, in a nutshell, Ramel is an entrepreneur, a speaker, and an investor. And my whole motto, my philosophy, the way I live is DMLT, which stands for doing my own thing. So, in a nutshell, I am a person every single day who's living life doing my own thing. And my mission is to make sure that you're all doing the same as well. That's how we get
Okay,
down.
so where everything started, because I've read a little bit online about you, and actually everything
Right.
started when you were like 1 year and a little bit, like always
When I was,
you
yeah,
have
yeah, for sure.
done differently. And I can say that myself, I was kind of the same, probably because parents told me that
Right.
I'm special, and I have always
Yeah.
started to do things differently, not following the crowd,
Got it.
but creating my
Yeah,
own path. So when everything
that's
started.
right. So yeah, so same. So from as my mum puts it, when I was 1 years old, she's like she noticed that I was always just doing things differently, and as I through my childhood, through my teenagehood, it's just continued. So I've always been quote unquote the anomaly, the one that does things differently, the one that goes against the grain. And I'm pleased to say that it's worked out very well for me. So sometimes you have to go against the grain to get what you want and to make it happen for yourself. So that's it. That's
Yeah,
how we
well,
that's how we do it.
I think like even the greatest teachers, and they have always
Right.
said like if you have two paths in a forest, obviously for
Right.
you to follow the less the less followed is more scary and
Yeah,
dangerous,
yeah.
right? But I think you can find so many secrets, I can say, or so many
Agreed. Hmm.
uh, things that you can discover, and that's why I want to inspire people, how they can overcome the fear of acting instead of sitting comfortable in
Mm.
what they do, like maybe a 9 to 5 job. So how you can
For
get
sure,
over
yeah.
that fear? How can you take into action?
Yeah. brilliant. For sure, yeah, I can answer that very simply. The truth of the matter is the fear is always going to be there. So this might be a bit different to what people believe. I don't really believe it's about getting over the fear in terms of pretending it doesn't exist or to try and eliminate it. I don't believe it's about eliminating the fear because I believe the fear is always going to be there. It's what you choose to do with the fear that makes a difference. So what I do whenever I'm in a quote unquote scary or fearful situation, I see the opposite side to that, which is excitement. So I appreciate that. Yes, there's a little bit of fear, but it also means there's a little bit of excitement as well. And I choose to, with my mind to focus on the excitement rather than the fear, and then that's what allows me to continue to move forward. So again, that would be my number one tip for everyone on this live right now. Whenever you're faced with fear, whether it's leaving the job, what are you going to do about bills, your children, your family, following your passion, all of these things, there will always be that little voice that will tell you you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, all the rest of it. But know that there's also that part of you that wants to go ahead and do it. And I'm telling you, listen to that voice because that's the voice that makes a difference. So
Well,
that's it.
me too. For example, myself, I used to feel fear a lot in my mind, in my body, right? But you know, like
Right.
in the last few
Yeah.
months, I have nurtured and I
Hmm.
have connected so much with the love and with the creator,
Right.
the source. And you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
when love is within you, fear
Right.
basically disappear, and it's an amazing, like as you said, excitement is on
Mm.
the other side. And
Totally. Yeah.
unfortunately, um, recently I have met so many people that, for example, are fearful or don't have enough trust to make an investment,
Yeah.
right? The first question that
Correct.
they
Hmm.
ask, can I take my money out? So they didn't even invest and they already think, can I
Yeah.
take my money out? So
Right.
what do you think it is with this, like, impatience that all of us, we want it now?
Right.
Is something like
Yeah. Yeah. That's
next
it. Yeah.
generation or is for everybody?
So I mean, that whole thing is it's a crazy concept. So it is number one, everyone wants the result now, but they're not willing to put the time, effort, and investment in. That's number one. Everyone wants the result now, but they're not willing to put the time, effort, and investment in. That's number one. Number two, people are like people are influenced by the people that they're around, right? So if you're constantly around people who are stuck in a 9 to 5 job and don't invest in other things, they will follow the same mindset. Do you see what
Yes.
I mean? I surround myself with investors weekly, monthly, daily. So I understand the concept of investing, and I'm proud to say that I am now a serial investor, and I will continue to be because it's what's giving me the results. So for those of you right now who are a bit on the edge about whether they should or shouldn't invest, rule number one to invest in is this: never invest what like if you were to miss it, if it was to go upside down, your world would be over, right? So always invest an amount that you deem to be safe, right? At the same time, though, look at whether that safety net, that comfort zone is also what's holding you back. So sometimes you do have to push the margin a little bit and say, do you know what? I'm going to do it. I hate the situation I'm in now. Therefore, I want to make it happen. I want to make a difference. And then that drive is what should allow you to see past the investment and focus on the result. And that's what it comes down to.
Yes, yeah. So I think that people, they are so connected with their habits, past habits. Yeah.
Exactly.
So for
Right.
them, it's
Hmm.
like some of them, they I mean, they say yes, yes, I'll invest, but
Yeah.
then
Hmm.
fast forward, they forget about it.
Yeah.
They run away, right? Because probably fear
Agreed.
or negativity or pessimist get into their mind. They say, why do I have to
Yeah.
do that? So but you know, a very simple example that I show to everybody. Okay, we have 1,000
Yeah.
pounds, right?
Right. Hmm.
Investment. I invest them. I lose them.
Yeah.
Okay, you lost 1,000 pounds. It's not the end of the world. You can make others, right?
It's not the end of the world.
Okay,
Exactly.
but
100%.
imagine if you invested 1,000 and the business is
Yeah.
successful, as it happened to me,
Right.
went
Yeah.
like few hundreds folds up, right? Imagine with
Right.
1,000 to
Hmm.
make
Yeah.
100
Yeah. Yeah.
grand, 200 grand. You,
Right.
you, you always
Sure.
have to, because again, the greatest teacher said the power of the belief, it's, it's,
Yeah.
nothing can beat it. So if you believe that you
Agree.
can make it, you're gonna make it. But
Yep.
like when you have such a
100.
negativity in your mind and you think like, I prefer to keep the money under the mattress, or I prefer to
Yep.
keep it on the bank because they're gonna give me like 0.5%.
It's crazy.
So again, we are interacting with fear. Okay, so
Right.
tell us a little bit about okay, so for the people that are new, maybe the way we connected and we
Yeah.
met was the same through probably um, mentor, right, Ed,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
obviously he has a great, spectacular community where he gathers only people that are open-minded, like-minded, and want to do more in their life. Um,
For
Tell us
sure. Hmm.
how, why have you reached to his community? What was the purpose, apart maybe personal
Yeah.
growth?
For sure. Yeah. So at the stage when I first kind of started this entrepreneurial journey, it was literally because I wanted to learn how to start and grow my own business. Here's the thing, right? This is the number one tip I'd say for anyone right now, right? Learn from someone that does know. Like this is that like too many people are in business right now and they're like, I'm gonna do it all myself. And it's like, listen, appreciate that you don't know everything. I don't know everything. Like you're not supposed to know everything. You know what you know and you don't know what you don't know, right? So the point is to answer the question. I heard about the event through someone else because I didn't even have Facebook at the time. Imagine that. But the point is, I know, right? Can you imagine? But the point is, why was that event even brought to my attention? Because I wanted to start my own business. Therefore, learning from someone who has already done it only makes sense. It's no different. Let me give you an analogy right now.
Yes.
It's no different to a driving lesson, right? When you want to learn how to drive legally, we're talking about legally, right? Let's stay on the legal side of
Yes.
things, right? When you want to learn how to drive legally, you see a driving instructor and you learn from a driving instructor. You wouldn't go anywhere else. It wouldn't make sense to, but for some reason, when it comes to business, people forget that concept and they do all sorts of craziness. So you must learn from someone who has done it and is already doing it and still doing it right now that can prove and show you their success and their results. And you learn from them. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
um, I, I felt it in my life that I I kind of jump big time because
Yeah.
not learning from somebody that I knew. I thought that I knew everything, and
Right.
I was like flying. The business was running good. I was making,
Yeah.
and when I reached like a very high level in the building, was like
Yeah.
boom, drop down, and then I reached
Hmm.
champion academy community.
Academy. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So tell us a little bit about your mission and your business that you
Yeah.
started um,
For
like
sure.
probably 6 months ago or a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So about 6, 7 months ago. Yeah. 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 That's right. So yeah, so the mission is very simple. As I've said in my story before, I have literally lived my whole life doing my own thing. And due to that, or because of that, I've been able to live somewhat of a fulfilled life. Of course, we all go through our ups and downs on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. However, I strongly believe that every single person right now has a certain skill or ability or talent that if they were doing their own thing right now, they'd be much more happy, much more fulfilled, and just live a better quality of life. That's what it comes down to. I've got nothing against anyone who works a 9 to 5 job. What I do have a problem is those people that want to leave their job or want to break out of that cycle to do something else and are letting other things hold them back. So that's where I come in. My role is to break the cycle, break the patterns, break the excuses, and ensure that you make your passion a success. And that's my mission, and that's what I'm continuing to do, and I will forever do until the day I die.
Okay, yeah,
That's it.
I love the way, because I don't know if you got it a lot from your mentor, but you are like very straight
Right.
to the point and very clear, and
Straight.
you are a
For
man
sure.
of few words, but words that really um, drill you, just like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
for
it.
sure.
There is not too much to talk. It's about action.
Right.
And tell
Action.
me, what is your
Perfect.
dream? What is your own thing that you are thinking about? Express it,
Yeah.
and let's see how we can build it up, right? So,
100%. That's
how
it.
would you say, like, where a person has to start apart the thought,
Yeah.
how to, because
Mhm.
some of us, procrastinating, uh,
For
maybe
sure.
saying like I will do it, when that moment comes, when
Hmm.
you take
Yeah.
action.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right. So here's the number one thing. Anytime you tell yourself, I will do it, I can do it, I'll do it later. My response will be, do it now. That's it. That's what it comes down to, because the thing is, you have to break the habit of I'll do it later, because everything then becomes I'll do it later. And let's be honest, later, when is later? Later could be next year, it could be 50 years down the line, it could be never, right? So my role to break the habit is, okay, so what's stopping you from doing it now? And then we uncover, like you said, the procrastination, the confidence, the self-belief, all of these things that are holding people back from making the action now. Here's what I say, right? Everyone's got their end goal. The problem is that people see where they are now and say, my end goal's so far away, I don't know how to get there. That is true, but you have to start taking the small steps from now to get to the end goal. So I help people break it down. I'm like, cool, what's the end goal? What's the ultimate dream? Cool. Let's put that at the top. Now let's go back, what we call reverse engineering. Let's go back and work out what steps do we need to take in order to get there, right? And again, I love to use analogies so that everyone on here can really feel and understand what I'm saying. Think about a 100-meter sprint. Let's take someone like
Yes, I love you.
Usain Bolt, sorry, someone that everyone should know, right? Think about the concept of a race. They already know where the finishing line is, even when they're at the start. Think about that. You're at the start, you already know where the finish line is, but you go back to the start to go back to the finish. Think about that. The reason being is most people right now, they have an empty, and this isn't to be rude, but they have like an empty dream or an empty goal. Put a target on it, put a date on it. When would you like to hit that goal? When would you like to hit that dream? Doesn't matter if it's in 2 years' time, just put a date in, put a target, and that target becomes quote unquote your finishing line. And then we work back to where you are now and we calculate, cool, what needs to be done per day, per week, per month, per quarter in order to make that goal happen. And that's it. Hitting goals is simple, it's easy to do. You just have to be clear and concise when setting the goal, work backwards to where you are now to then go forwards again. And that's it.
Yes, yes. As an Chinese philosopher said, like a journey, a 1,000-mile journey, start with one step,
Starts with a
right?
single step.
So that
Exactly.
single
That's my point.
step can be your thought. I'll just give you an example. For
Hmm.
me, like about
Yeah.
1 year ago, I was thinking, now going to these events,
Right.
I was thinking, wow, it would be great to have my own show. And I thought about
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
And after a while came Supernatural's journey. And said, like, but how I'm gonna
Nice.
do it? How I'm gonna do it? And I
Yeah.
just left it there, right? I didn't really put the pressure because it was something more like a hobby. And
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
I just start doing it, like even now. It's a sort of like very early days. Like probably this is the second or the third
Yeah, for sure.
episode. I don't have experience. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
even know how to do it. But I
But you're
yeah,
doing it. That's the point. You're
like
doing
I'm
it.
doing it, but I'm doing it so many mistakes because it's fun, right? It's fun when you don't know how to
Yeah.
invite a guest, you don't know how to do some
Of course,
design.
it's all part of the journey.
Yeah, and it's really amazing because probably in 1 or 2 or 3 5 years, if I keep doing that, it
Right.
will be like a good joke to have all the time. Listen, when I started,
Exactly.
was just a thought, like, and now look, I have millions of subscribers. So
Nice. Yeah,
the
that's it.
same, you
That's it.
see, the what do you wish? Keep keep building up into your mind, into your
Right.
subconscious mind.
Hmm.
And I think all
For
of us,
sure.
we know the power of the subconscious mind, where while we
Right.
sleep, everything is working backstage,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
As you mentioned
100%.
Usain Bolt, right? So he's preparing 10 hours a day for years
Hmm.
to do a 10-second race.
Exactly. This is the point. What are you putting in to get that end result? Exactly.
Yes. So, for
Exactly.
example, I prefer, I really love this quote. Um, it's better to be prepared and not having an opportunity than having
Hmm.
opportunities and
And not being
not being
prepared.
prepared. I mean, the train goes next to you, and you always, what do? You complain, you come up with excuses,
Yeah.
you say, I don't have money, I
Excuses.
don't have time. This
Hmm.
is when
Right.
I hear somebody that I don't have time, is like, dude, get a life. If you don't have time, which time is the most valuable resource in your life, you're
Right.
definitely doing something wrong, right?
Something wrong.
So
Right.
let's do something about it. But people, they are so into what they already do, and they don't really think that doing something
Right.
different might be a way out of their excuses.
Correct.
So
Hmm. I
how
agree.
do
I
you ever
agree.
come up with excuses in your life? Or
Mm. So, what, as in, have I ever made an excuse or do I hear
well, right now
excuses?
I don't really think you have, but have you used to be that kind of person?
Of course, yeah, for sure. Like we all have, and I think this is why I'm so harsh on people when it comes to excuses, because like everyone, I used to make excuses as well. But the point is, I promise you this now. This is the most important thing I am going to say on this live. Your excuses will hold you back. Your excuses are holding you back. So just to give you an understanding, my biggest excuses used to be time, funny enough. I used to complain and moan all the time about not having the time, right? Until again, when I attended, these events, I then realized actually the reality of it is when I attended my first entrepreneurial event, it was 2 full days, right? How can someone that doesn't have time can spend 2 full days? Think about that
Yes.
logically. Like I was, according to me, I didn't even have an hour free, but yeah, I was able to spend 2 full days at a training. So it comes down to you have to understand that these are habits, these are limitations, these are things that have been ingrained in us that we believe to be true. And because we believe it to be true inside, we project it externally and it becomes our reality. So anyone that has an issue with time right now, take this from me. You're never going to get more than 24 hours in a day that's already there. Therefore, be more effective with your time rather than complain about wanting more time. And that's it. That's all it comes down to. There's never going to be more than 24 hours in a day. So become more effective with your time than complain about time.
Yes, sometimes, I mean, time for me, it's an illusion, right? Is being,
Exactly. Even
yeah,
still, yeah.
was created by us in ancient, right? Because I
Hmm.
don't think maybe a few thousand years ago we used no clocks, right? I don't think there were clocks. So we invented like 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, and this is
Yeah.
time. And you say, I don't have
Yeah.
time, but time is already there.
It's already
Even
there.
it's not your time. Time is already there. All you have to do is, yeah, I don't have time. Is just an excuse, and
Excuse.
we
Hmm.
perceive it as something to get out of the
Right.
actual action time. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So what else should I ask you? Because I'm kind of running out of questions. What is your mission apart DMOT Nation? Do you have anything on a side, or you just want to
Yeah.
inspire people and help them with your foundation?
Yeah, so no, yeah, for sure, for sure. My mission is to completely dominate the business space and the creative space. That is it, literally. Like, so the company effectively right now is split into two sections. So there's a creative side that deals with the arts such as dancing, music, drama, things like that. And then there's the business entrepreneurial side. So my mission, like you said, as well as inspiring and helping and motivating people, is to completely dominate the creative space or industry and also the business industry at the same time, which for the most part are quite separate. You're either very, like, I used to be very creative, but less business savvy, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. And then you've got people who are very business minded or very, very skilled in in business, but less creative. So again, DMOT says, let's do both. Let's combine the two together and have the creative side and the business side and yeah, completely kill it.
Yeah,
That's it.
because think about it. Business without creativity, it's just
Right.
something that you copy, right? But when you
Agreed.
put in front of business creativity, then
Yeah.
you create something maybe different, something that is your own
Right.
thing, your own
Yeah.
inspiration and creation. And what I really think
Right.
is that there was a statistic in the world to solve all the problems. We need to quadruple the numbers of business people, right? So
Agreed.
how would you inspire somebody that never done a business?
Mhm.
How would you inspire them? How would you convince them to to get into it?
Yeah, for sure. That's what I do. So my first thing is breaking down the belief that starting a business is too risky. That's the first thing because most people don't do it because it's too risky and what if it doesn't make money, right? Number one, being in your job today is more risky than ever. Like you don't have to take my word for it. Do the research. Redundancy, staff restructures are at an all-time high. Even the biggest companies right now that you think, oh, they're super successful, nothing could go wrong with them. Have a look. Like, I mean it. I'd say, this is what I'd say to anyone right now. Do your research first. Don't jump into business blindly. Find a mentor, do your research, do the numbers. Like, get into the mindset of being an entrepreneur. Get into the mindset of being a business lady, a businessman, whatever, right? Start copying or mimicking or being inspired from people who are already doing it and seeing what their habits are, what their routine is, how they like what they believe about money. Like for starters, if you're someone right now that believes that there's a limited supply of money, we're already starting off on the wrong foot, right? There's an abundant source. Money just gets printed, half of it's fake anyway. Like, sorry to be so blunt, but these like it's back in the day when it was backed by gold, fair enough. £10 would be like you'd get £10 worth of gold if you went to the bank. Now it's not worth a damn thing. So stop crying about it. Like there's an unlimited source. They just print it. It's like monopoly money these
Yeah,
days. Does anyone like if anyone's felt the real money, right? It's getting worse and worse. So stop thinking that there's a limited supply. There's an endless supply because they're going to continue to print it, and that's it. We're the ones that give it value. Understand that it isn't backed. £10, a £10 note today isn't backed by £10 worth of gold.
well,
So we're the ones giving it value. So therefore, value yourself and value what you do, and people will value it too.
you just remind me about digital money. The business that I do is like the
Exactly.
community, us, that we invest into a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
We give value, and it's something that is not centralized, right? So nobody can go and print more
Exactly.
coins because there are finite
Hmm.
number of coins. But the government, the
Right.
British government, they can go, oh, let's make another trillion, right? And inflation goes, yeah,
Literally.
inflation goes up,
Exactly.
um,
Exactly.
prices goes
Yep.
up, and we have less and less
Hmm.
money. And yeah, but this is economics.
Agreed.
Okay, great stuff. Yes, I love it. I love it. And creativity and business. Okay, so
For sure.
what is your definition of greatness?
Oh, nice. What's my definition of greatness? Okay, it's a very good question. Okay, so for me, I mean, yeah, this is just like my opinion. I believe the definition of greatness comes from within. So I don't like most people will see greatness as the person with the biggest bank account or the person with the biggest, flashiest car or, you know, the person that earns 7 figures a year. Like that stuff's great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like greatness comes from within and it's having the ability to do great and be great in everything that you do. And that could be charitable. It doesn't always have to result to you earning profit and earning money. It could be a charitable thing. It could be greatness within love, you know, to give love to the highest degree without expecting it back in return. So greatness, I believe, is something that comes within, from within, that is just kind of yeah, it's just something within, I believe, and just that ability to exceed yourself and exceed your limitations and and just give beyond yourself really is what I'd say greatness is for me.
Yes.
Yeah. What about yourself though? Let me get your take on that. What would
Well,
you say?
yeah, well, yeah, yeah. I share the same what you just said, and yes, to the willingness to serve others and be there and do things that build up your legacy and no matter what naysayers say, you keep going to what do you feel inside your gut, your mind, your willingness to do good, and and yeah, was excellent when you mentioned that comes from within. It's something that we can nurture within, and I would like our audience if has any question before ending the episode would be great to answer to you. And what is the impact that you want to make in the world? What is your impact? Your impact.
Question. The impact is yeah, impact for me is simple. Every single person that I speak to, meet with, inspire, train with, teach, coach, it's to enable them with the skill and the ability to go out and do their own thing and be successful doing it. Like that is it. That's my mission. It's been my mission forever to inspire those who really want to make a change, make a difference, make an impact doing their own thing. And yeah, live life on their own terms. Like you said earlier, right? You know, we abide by a lot of man-made concepts and man-made restrictions, rules, regulations, all the rest of it. So my thing is, even within those constraints, live your life, be happy, despite what you believe. In this current state, we have one life to live. Even if you believe in reincarnation or anything of that nature, in this current state, you've got this life to live. So I feel like you should spend every minute of it happy, fulfilled, successful, sense of achievement, and yeah, that's it. That's the DMLT way.
Yeah, that's so true, and I realize now that I resonate with you a lot because I kind of have the
Nice.
same feelings, and yeah, life it's for me it's a miracle, and even for the audience, if they go on Google and and tap in what is the probability for a human being to be alive, it will be zero, period, right? Because if we go backward in time, and as you mentioned earlier, we created this structure, these rules, these laws, this society, um, but we started to create it like hundreds of years ago. Cannot we are not what we've been taught, and we are not what hundreds of years ago people thought that they were, right? I think we are all of us supernaturals, even that most of us don't realize, or they are
Mm,
not yet connected with the supernality from within. I think we all supernaturals,
yeah,
and we have to embrace that and be grateful and thankful every single day, and live a life full of bliss and happiness because we
I
are
agree.
living the
Yeah,
best time ever. Can you imagine? 20 or 30 years ago as now? No. Now we are living more and more beautiful time. Okay, yeah, so we have no question for today. I think if you have any question or anything to add, Rymel, I am here to listen. Do you have any questions? Oops, I hope I haven't lost you. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, yeah. Ola, I ask you if you have anything to add or a message that you wanna leave before closing the episode would be great.
Oh, I'm back. I'm back. Can you hear me now? I think my signal cut off.
Can you hear me? Yeah, you're back? Yes, now you're back. Yes, now I can hear you. Did have you heard that question? Yes, now. Yes, yes. I can hear you. Yes, yes, we are. Still. Yes, we still are. Okay.
Yeah, my signal's cutting out
The question
terribly. However,
is before wrapping up, do you have any message for
yeah.
the whole world universe? Yeah, so I think Rimel's signal um, went off. Yeah. So before closing, I just want to thank you very much for your time, being especially to Hannah Bunn, that our yoga teacher, that all the time she was there. Thank you very much, Hannah, and everybody else who participated to the show. Would be a great big share. Maybe somebody else will be inspired by the secrets of Rymel. And please, any of you, if you want to connect with Rymel Dmot Nation, which he is an entrepreneur, a speaker, an investor, and he's founder of Dmot Nation, please get connect with him. And any question do you have, please drop in down the comments. Any observation or suggestion you have, I would be really, really happy to answer. So, but the next time, I wish you to be great, to be successful, happy, and no matter what, never give up on your dreams. You are one decision away. Thank you very much, and see you on the next episode. Bye bye.